The Railblaza Gear Hub could be the greatest kayak crate to ever hit the market, but there's some things that could hold it back from reaching its full potential. Let's dive into it. We're gonna start with everything that I've really liked about it, and right off the bat, it's the price. It's right in the sweet spot for most kayak anglers, because I know some kayak crates that are twice the price, and you can go buy a milk crate for 10, 15 bucks. So right around $80, I believe, is a very reasonable price considering all these other pros as well. Another one that I really enjoyed and appreciated as a kayak angler is how lightweight it is. I've used a couple others, and though they're well built, they're just heavy and honestly give you a workout before you even put it into the kayak, if you have it loaded down with gear. Because this one's also compact, you can't load it up with as much gear, and the lightweight materials make tossing this gear hub around super easy. Another thing that makes hauling this kayak crate around very easy are the built-in handles. They don't stick out too far that catch on anything, but yet they're enough there for you to pick it up, carry it, and set it where it needs to go. If you're really into rigging, the greatest benefit is probably gonna be the compatibility with other Railblaza products because of this modular design. And what I mean by that is they have built-in areas that you can actually add other Railblaza products, such as more rod holders, camera mounts, cup holders, and a safety flag, and whatever else Railblaza has to offer kayak anglers. Lastly, I've been impressed with the durability. Now granted, I've only had it for a few months, and I haven't got to truly abuse it like I do a lot of gear, but so far it's handled bouncing around in the back of my truck. Like I said, I've used it as a seat. I've even used it as a step, but I wouldn't recommend that. It's got a little bit more give than I was comfortable with, so it was a real quick step and that was it. But if you're a lot gentler on the gear than I am, it'll last you forever. So overall, I do think the build quality is pretty good. Even though I found a lot that I really do like about the Railblaza Gear Hub, there were some things that could possibly keep you from buying it. And the biggest drawback for me was that some of my tackle trays don't fit in here because it's so compact. Now, yes, it's a pro that it's compact and it fits in pretty much any fishing kayak. I don't know of a fishing kayak that it wouldn't fit in, but it's so compact that I've got tackle trays that I want to pop in here and they don't fit, no matter how I try to finagle them in there. Now, that's probably because I want to stuff too much fishing gear into my fishing kayak when I go out and I need to cut back. So if you're like me and you like to stuff a lot of fishing gear into your kayak crate, this might not be the best option for you. I think to solve this, all Railblaza has to do is offer just a slightly larger option. Widening just by 2, 3, 4 inches would be a huge step up in allowing those larger tackle trays to fit nicely. Another thing that I don't like, and it's because I fish a lot of rivers and creeks with overhanging trees, and that's the rod holders only stick straight up. They're built in, you can't adjust them, so I catch a lot of my rod tips on tree limbs when using this, and thank goodness I haven't broke any yet, but it's still a greater possibility, or even having the tree pull out the rod and you lose it. I've had that almost happen a couple times too. But I do like that they're built in, so it's kind of a catch-22, like take it as it comes kind of thing. Because unlike the Yak Attack Black Pack Pro, where my rod holders seem to catch on stuff when I toss it in the back of the truck or anything, these are smooth and they're not gonna do that. I say they're smooth, they're mostly smooth because there are some hooks that you can use to help anchor it down, but that's another con that I would like to see a better way to actually secure it to a kayak, because I'm just not a fan of the bungee strap system. I just don't feel it's secure enough to trust putting hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of fishing lures and gear into the gear hub and then putting a little bungee strap on there to secure it. The last con, and it may be a con for you, it may not. For me, it's not that big of a deal, but this box is clearly not waterproof. There's holes in the top, there's slits or gaps for where you can mount the other Railblaza gear all over the sides. And so you're not gonna get a waterproof design out of this. Like say the Wilderness Systems kayak crate, I believe is waterproof. However, it's a lot cheaper than the Wilderness Systems. And this is fishing gear, so it's not gonna hurt it if it gets wet, but you just need to make sure you air it out and dry it out really well after each use. All right, so those are the pros and cons of this kayak fishing crate, but who exactly is it for? I kind of hinted at it. For me, this hits a sweet spot from the beginner kayak angler all the way through the intermediate and even into the advanced kayak angler. You know, if you're on a tight budget and you don't feel like spending a lot of money, this is an excellent option just because it's, number one, it's got a lid, so it already beats those cheap milk crates. And then number two, it's less expensive than, say, the Yak Attack Blackpack Pro or the Wilderness Systems kayak crate. Now, they offer some different things that this one doesn't, yes, but if we're just talking strictly price, this one is perfectly in the middle, so it covers pretty much the spectrum of anglers. With that said, if you need something waterproof, this is not for you. And if you want something truly durable, I would recommend the Yak Attack Blackpack Pro. And if you want to learn more about that kayak crate, I've actually got a video right here where I review the Yak Attack Blackpack Pro, so you can find out if it's for you.